I'm not Sarah McLachlan, and what you're hearing is not her hit song, Angel. It's emotional piano sad background music for videos by Liz FM. I am Rebecca Torino Collinsworth, and we are Parley. Every day, Parley playwrights work tirelessly to create the art we care about and you enjoy, but we can't do it without your support. For just $10 a month, or just $5 a month, or just $5 right now, you can make a difference to the future of Parley and fund our upcoming productions. Follow the link on your screen right now to pledge your support to a Parley production in need. We can't do it without you. Thank you. You're gonna get this as an ASPCA ad, right?
I don't know. What do you do when you got no time? And the world wants something pretty and that rhymes. They want proof. Yeah, you got proof. So put your keys on your knees and hammer out a line. You got to write it down, write it down, write it down.
Quinn and Phil stand near each other, bundled in scarves and in their nicest, darkest coats. They look onto a burial that we cannot see. It's snowing.
Well, he sure is dead.
Do you think he wouldn't be?
There's always a chance.
Chance of what?
You know, coroner got it wrong. He springs back up, takes one last deep inhale, and comes
Quinn, they
out.
performed a damn autopsy.
So?
So, even if he wasn't dead when he died, he sure was when they cut him open and fished around in his insides.
Your voice down. It's a funeral.
Sorry.
And don't say damn.
What?
Seems wrong to say damn at a funeral.
Who cares?
I care.
Okay.
Does this change anything?
For him, yeah. He's dead.
No, for us.
Why would it change anything for us?
I don't know, Phil. Your dad is dead.
We weren't close. They didn't even ask me to be a pallbearer. Didn't need a reminder of the first family up there, I guess.
What's a pallbearer?
One of the people who holds the casket.
Why is it called that?
Beats me.
Wouldn't it be called like casket carrier or something?
Maybe.
That's better. That's alliterative.
Sure.
So those are your siblings?
Half siblings.
They seem nice.
They might be.
You don't know?
We were never introduced. Wanted to keep their distance, I guess. First I ever heard of any of them was the email saying he was,
Was the email nice?
Sure. The email was fine.
That's good. So This really doesn't change anything about us?
Jesus, Quinn, I don't know. You're the one leaving me.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you're emotional.
Do I look emotional?
Maybe you need me right now.
No more than usual.
Maybe there's
Jesus Christ, Quinn, what the hell are you asking me for?
don't say hell.
Sorry.
Why wouldn't I ask you?
You're the one leaving me. Since when did I have any say in it?
You don't.
And why are you asking?
I don't I don't know. It's not like you're not still important to me.
Sure.
Just because I don't love you anymore doesn't mean I don't value your opinion.
Sure.
So I just wanted to know
Wanted to know what?
whether you think it's the right choice
Now, what's the right decision?
that I'm leaving you.
You're asking if I think you should leave me?
Yes.
No.
You don't think I should?
No, I'm not answering the question.
Why not?
I'm just not.
Why not?
Do we have to do this here?
Where else are we going to do it?
Home?
That place doesn't feel like home anymore.
It doesn't have to feel like home for you to have a conversation there,
It doesn't feel comfortable.
but a funeral does.
When else are we together?
At home, in our house where we live together for 3 years now.
I don't feel comfortable at home. I don't want to talk at home.
Fine, do it here. It's just my dead dad. Why would I care?
So, why?
Why what?
Why won't you answer the question?
About whether I think you should leave me?
Yes, about whether you think I should leave you.
It's not my decision.
That doesn't mean you can't have an opinion.
I do have an opinion.
Really?
Several.
Do tell.
No.
Asshole.
Yep.
I just want your advice. You don't have to be rude.
My dad's dead. I'll be rude if I want to.
So you are emotional.
Oh, but when your dad's dead, you get to be rude.
For how long?
Who can say?
It's just advice.
You don't want advice.
I'm asking for advice.
You're not asking for advice.
Are you not hearing the words coming out of my mouth?
You're asking for my permission.
What?
You're asking for my permission. You're hoping either I say yes and then you don't have to feel guilty anymore because you think it's mutual somehow, or I say no. And then I'm the dick who wouldn't let you go. You can be angry with me. You don't have to feel guilty anymore. If I answer, it's a win-win for you. You get what you want, scot-free. I'm not doing that for you, Quinn. If you don't love me anymore, fine, leave or stay. Just don't ask me to make it better for you. It can't be my job to make it better for you.
That's not what I'm doing.
If you say so.
It's not.
Fine. I'm still not answering.
And what, you expect me to just respect that?
I didn't ask you to.
I thought you loved me.
I do. Look, sometimes things fall apart, okay? And you have 3 options. You can let it go and mourn it, appreciate it for what it was, regret, forgive, obsess, whatever. Leave it as a scar in your life. It happens. Or you can fix it, go back in, shake it up, repair what's left, give it an honest try.
What's the third option?
You can erase it, paint over it, pretend like it didn't exist. Leave all emotion behind guiltlessly and go start something new. Find a new family, a better family, one that when you're gone, you're proud to have lower you into your grave. Everything before that, who cares? I'm not letting you erase me, Quinn. You gotta live with whichever decision you make, and you have to live with the consequences.
Okay. Are you all right?
My fucking dad's dead, Quinn.
They stare on for a moment longer. Quinn looks up to Phil's face as he watches the burial. She gets closer to him, waits a moment, then grabs his arm and leans into his shoulder.
A hospital is a building towards something revered in perpetuity.
I really wanted. I'm sorry. So sorry. But at least you survived.
After she died, someone sent a letter.
Mythology of whiteness. Indeed, there is much ground to cover.
Say this, however many times you need. Blessed are you, transforming body. The way you are now is a part of how you've always been. Alive because you are, living to live again.
A table at a funeral reception in the basement of a church.
Oh, God, how I hate these things. Grim, boring, and the worst coffee you could imagine.
Want some of my tea?
Oh, God, no, that's piss too. Oh, here she comes, finally. My God, I can't get over that outfit. All that money, and she dresses like some old man.
It is a funeral.
Well, just because you have to wear black doesn't mean you have to be a complete catastrophe. All right, are you ready?
I really don't think we should ambush her here under these circumstances.
It's the only reason we're here. We hardly knew Butch.
Well, I knew Butch.
In high school.
It just feels unseemly.
It's never going to feel seemly. You're just trying to chicken out of this, and I won't let you. I can't let you.
It'd be much better if we invited her to come see us.
She'd never come. She's a recluse. I'm surprised she made this. Although she's a gossip and she loves to lord it over Eileen.
Wouldn't it be more strategic to call her up on the phone?
Absolutely not. Face to face. You're her brother. Let her deny you to your face.
I could write her a letter. I'm a very good letter writer.
You're very good at dodging things, but this time you're not wriggling out of it. Oh, look at her, complete stone face while Eileen bawls her head off.
I mean, just because she has a bit more money, why should I presume?
A bit more than us? She's got more money than Croesus.
It's Croesus, and the expression is richer than Croesus.
Oh, whatever. Who cares about some old Roman king?
Lydian, modern day Turkey.
Can we get back on track, please?
I honestly don't know how I'd even begin to ask.
Oh my God, we've been over this a million times. Let me butter her up first, then you go in for the kill. Oh, she's coming our way. Sit up straight. Coraggio.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, shit. She stopped to get some rot gut coffee.
You know, Bets, I could make a harder push to get my cards in the Vermont country store. That would be a windfall.
Oh, sure. That would pay the $65,000 in credit card debt in no time. Maybe they'd also fix the Corolla's transmission and cover your root canal.
I'll sell all my gear. That's worth a bunch.
Why are you so afraid of her? You're her older brother.
She's pretty scary.
Dick, look at me. We're broke. We're in debt. We're old. Even if I could handle going back to work, no one would hire me or you. And after all, you've done things for her, like when your mom was sick.
Well, I can't throw that in her face.
No, but a gentle reminder wouldn't hurt.
That was for Mom. It isn't fair.
Well, all's fair in love and war, and this is war.
I want to be a conscientious objector.
All right, since she's over there comforting Eileen, let's do a dry run. You be Lynn, I'll be you, okay?
Uh, I guess.
Good. Okay. Oh, hey there, Lynn. How you doing?
Hello, Richard. I'm nothing but a bag of aches and pains. It's all downhill from here.
Oh, wow. That's good. Okay, okay. Well, Lynn, you look magnificent, so stately in that black outfit.
What do you want?
Oh, me? Nothing. Can't I pay my sister a compliment?
Oh, cut the crap. I'm in no mood for this nonsense. If you're done, I'm going.
Oh, don't be silly. Tell me what you learned about Butch.
Well, apparently, Eileen was nagging him to death about money, so he came home, shut the garage door, and let the engine run. Only Eileen is telling everyone it was an accident, that he had just bought the new Garth Brooks album and wanted to finish listening to the last song, so he sat in there too long.
Is that true, or are you making that up?
Well, that's true. I got the scoop when you were in the ladies'
Holy shit, that's crazy. I mean, the Garth Brooks part, A, who would even listen to that crap? And B, how would she even know that?
got me.
Well, leave it to you to find out such juicy details. Oh, I swear, everyone will tell you anything.
Well, I really do listen to people, so they tend to confess stuff.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to her.
Right, sorry. Do it again.
You know, never mind. Okay, here we go. Lynn, remember when I took care of Mom so you could go on a vacation that you kept extending and extending?
How dare you bring that up? How dare you insinuate something in front of that woman?
That woman, meaning me, I suppose? Is that how she refers to me when I'm not there?
Who are you?
I'm me. Oh, the nerve of that old bitch to refer to me as that woman.
I thought we were role playing. I'm just trying to imagine what she would say is all.
She never liked me. She probably attributes our money problems to me when in fact it's you. I've carried us all these years. You've been playing photographer.
Ouch.
Well, it's true. I mean, maybe playing is unkind, but I carried us. And she hasn't a clue about that because she never bothers to ask us anything because she's such a damn narcissist.
How is this helping me ask her?
It's not. I got off track. Sorry. Okay, try this. Lynn, I respect the way you've managed your finances all these years.
If this is a prelude to another ask, the answer is no.
Hey, you could give me a chance.
Well, she wouldn't.
Lynn, I've always wanted to do a series of photographs of you. No, wait. I know what you're going to say, but you're wrong. The years have only made you more imperial looking. I'm thinking black and white with some iconic New England background.
What would you pay me for my time?
Oh, for Christ's sake, Dick, you're not taking this seriously.
Well, neither are you if you think she's going to fall for that one.
Lynn, I'm desperate. My dear wife, Betsy here, carried us for years, working her fingers to the bone so I could do my art. Betsy managed to convince 2 little gift shops to carry my cards, but I could only sell a few dozen boxes a year. So we're flat out broke and about to be old, homeless, and destitute. Can you help us?
No, what a shame, because you're so talented, Dick. Seems to me Betsy spends way more money than you take in.
Oh no, Lynn. Betsy has shown infinite patience with me over the years. I never made any effort to find stable work.
We both got the exact same inheritance, and you wasted yours. First on a farmhouse that Betsy wanted, then all the remodels she insisted on to the tune of tens of thousands, and ice granite counters and tempered glass vessel sinks with French country polished brass faucets.
Oh, I'm afraid you're entirely off base there, Lynn.
No.
Betsy may have thought we could buy a house and make it barely livable with a few minor improvements, but that's because I said I was about to have a book come out and that our money worries would be at an end. But that was just me in denial about my ability to make any money ever.
Well, maybe, Dick, that's because Betsy was constantly demeaning you and ordering you around and make you lose all faith in yourself and your art until you were just a shell of a man.
Oh, is that so? Well, I don't think, Lynn, that I needed any help feeling like an utter failure.
Okay. Uncle. Stop this, Bets. It's
No.
getting out of hand.
You want to talk debasing and demeaning? Well, that's you. You've been a shitty sister to me for as long as I can remember.
Lynn enters and stands behind Betsy. Betsy doesn't see her.
Betsy, stop.
No, Lynn, I won't stop. You know damn well that I need help, and you're such an evil miser, richer than friggin' Croesus, and you won't lift a finger to help me.
Betsy.
Remember that time when you couldn't handle Mom's illness and I took over so you could hightail it to Hawaii? Didn't make it back in time, did you? Did you ever thank me for that? No, because it's all about you all the time. Poor Betsy tried to be nice to you, but you're just a cold fish.
Stop! She's right there.
Well, of course she's right there, Lynn. Betsy has my back in a way you never did. Here I stand at the very cliff's edge, only a hair separates me from that poor sucker Butch, your friend's husband, who offed himself because of money. You wouldn't help them either. Isn't that right? I bet Eileen begged you.
Betsy, Lynn is standing right behind you.
Well, of course she is, Lynn. She's standing behind me. Oh, Lynn! We were just playing this game, this little game. Oh my God! Why didn't you stop me?
I tried.
Oh, she must think I'm an ogre. I just ruined everything. Our last hope.
Don't go getting all upset, Bets. She wasn't going to give us a cent. Ever.
She wasn't?
No way.
You hate me for the sinks and the ice granite.
No, I was just sore about the stuff you said about my failure.
I was mean. I'm sorry. I'm just so scared.
I know.
Someone else has my sinks and counters now. A beautiful house sold, and now we're stuck in a crummy apartment in Petersboro.
It's my fault. I let you down.
Oh, no. You did your best. It's not like I was raking it in. I wasn't being fair.
What do you say we get the hell out of here, ogre?
Oh, hell yes. You know what? Ogre wants a steak.
Oh, Bets.
Oh, well, what the hell? The best steak we can find before we head back to Nowheresville.
Oh, hell. Okay. Why not?
A steak and the nicest goddamn bottle of wine we can find.
Nothing but the best for my ogre.
The hell with Croesus and all her dough.
The hell with Croesus. We're all right.
We're more than all right. We're great.
Betsy and Dick link arms, and with a flourish, they exit. A funeral in honor of Lakeland and Bankhead's lifelike humanoid robot, Shenandoah, or Shannon. After a traumatic raid on the hospital where Lakeland was staying, their Shenandoah was forcibly deactivated to search for evidence of terrorism, of which there was a little. Riker, Lakeland, and Bankhead stand in a stark white room. Riker's back is pressed against the white steel door. There are no chairs or tables or decorations. It looks, perhaps, like an interrogation room. Lakeland's eyes are red and glazed over. Bankhead's arm is broken. Riker stiffly extends his hand, and presents Bankhead with a bag. It contains a soccer ball-sized lump, and it's stained with what looks like motor oil. Bankhead accepts the bag, then carefully places it into Lakeland's arms. Lakeland holds it to their chest with shaking hands. Riker nods, still robotically stiff, and backs out of the room.
Lake,
What am I holding? Don't tell me.
you suppose they're recording us right now?
You think those old pigs would pass up an opportunity to scrounge in the shit for a piece of gold? Riker killed our Shannon.
Nuke Palin Marat killed her.
It doesn't matter which one of them took her apart. She's fucking dead.
Lake, please, lower your voice.
It doesn't matter which one of them took her apart. They killed her because of what she knew about you.
She didn't know much.
She knew something, didn't she? She had some originals in her collection, didn't she?
She didn't know much. The originals in her collection have no market value. And that bomb didn't detonate all the way anyway.
I don't think that's the winning defense you think it is.
You're our defense.
What's that mean?
You've been blinded and you're periodically bleeding from your tear ducts. They want to put you on the stand.
They want to put you on the stand. Banks, not me. They know they couldn't touch me, even with blueprints from Shannon's hard drive. But Ethel Rosenberg would...
Don't say it out loud. Are you kidding?
What more do they need? What more can they take? They took our Shannon. They kidnapped her, our fucking robot. They killed and dismembered her, and if they take you away from me, I have nothing.
They're not going to take me, Lake. They're not. It doesn't matter what they found on the robot.
I don't know.
Look at me. Sorry. I mean, I'm right here. Whatever we have to do, I'm not going to prison. I'm not going to leave you with nothing.
I can't believe she's gone.
I know. They didn't have to.
Of course they didn't. Could have extracted her hard drive onto the connection and probably searched it more easily that way. They wanted to kill her. They wanted to hand us her head in a bag.
Should we
what? Bury her head?
Should we have a funeral for her?
In a holding cell at the East Precinct.
Why not?
I just got out of the hospital. I may be blind. I don't know if I have it in me to say a benediction over the severed head of our beloved Shannon.
Can I, then?
Oh, I'm an idiot. I am sorry, Bankhead, of course. Here, do you want to hold her?
Rest in peace, Shannon. You were a good robot. Thank you for recording the minutes at our weekly meetings. I'm sorry about the time you blew your hand off trying to reconfigure my faulty wiring. I'm sorry I poured Sprite in your casing when I was trying to fix you. I'm sorry this happened. I'm sorry we didn't just give them what they wanted. I didn't know they were going to take you apart. I thought they'd at least let us say goodbye.
Rest in pieces, Shannon. I don't know what to say. You were more than a robot. You were our family. I don't know how I'll finish an article if you're not here to play music. How will I even write now that I can't see? How will I wake up in the morning if you don't shake my shoulder? You know, I'm a heavy sleeper. I was so scared when you first came home. I didn't know what a robot would just do. Would you destroy the place? Would you always remember how Brightbank had likes the lights in the basement? Would you eat dinner with us, or would you consider yourself separate? Would you have taken care of...
Riker enters, marches over to Lakeland, and rips the bag out of their hands. Shenandoah's head comes tumbling out onto the floor. It looks remarkably like a dead human. The head leaves a splattered trail of grease and oil as it rolls, finally coming to a stop at Lakeland's feet. Lakeland, now weeping bloody tears, plants both hands firmly on Riker's chest and shoves him back hard. By this point, Bankhead is sitting on the floor with Shenandoah's head resting in his lap.
I have that on tape, work wife.
Think anything you say is gonna hurt Lakeland?
Bankhead, please.
I got a lot of shit on tape, Mr. Rosenberg.
Oh, why don't you give it up, Riker? Why are you trying to take her head from us?
The fellas in the AV department told me they want to make sure there's no hidden folders or something.
You know there's no hidden folders or something because you dismembered her.
Standard precinct procedure is to disable any weapon or machine that could be used as a weapon.
You can't use Shannon as a weapon.
I don't know about that. I'm sure you could find a way to get her riled up.
You could have just deactivated her. You didn't have to take her apart.
Standard precinct procedure is to disable any machine that could be used as a weapon. Deactivate and disable are not the same thing.
Disable and dismember are also not the same thing, Riker.
Watch your tone now.
Your dipshit soldiers blinded my spouse. You stole our property and killed our Shannon. If you so much as lay another finger on me or Lakeland or this robot, I will see to it that every news station in Cascadia runs footage of Nuke Palin Marat dragging Lakeland's bleeding body out of the hospital. I will discredit every soldier who calls you captain. I'll have your head.
As if tallying wins and losses in his head, Riker slowly walks back to the white steel door. He tags the door open and lets it slam behind him.
We should do something about him.
We should
do something about him. Something explosive.
We'll have to get another Shannon to fix the wiring.
No.
No.
I don't ever want another robot.
This old holler used to be my home, and under that water is everything I own. It was a hardwood floor, used to let me know that my wife and daughter were safe at home. And now there's a lake in the middle of nowhere, says there ain't none of that no more. And this storm blowing in from the south got no shame coming to rob the poor.
A suburban street at the end of spring. It's late night on a Tuesday. Streets are quiet, nobody in sight, cars parked in driveways. Nearly all residents are in bed at this hour.
Tommy Lee was killed by police on June 13th, 2017. This is how it happened.
Tommy Lee enters. He's a slight Vietnamese-American man, aged 20, wearing dark-colored t-shirt and shorts and walking down the middle of the street in a wavering, halting fashion, seemingly under the influence of controlled substances.
I am Tommy the Creator.
It says here, Vietnamese American man.
That's right. I'm an actor. I'm filling in for somebody.
Okay, we'll see how this goes.
I am Tommy the Creator. Everybody, wake the fuck up. Tommy the Creator is...
Tommy approaches the doorstep of one of the houses and, extracting a hunting knife, begins hacking at the door frame.
Wake the fuck up. Tommy the Creator is here. I am Tommy the Creator.
Tommy leaves the doorstep and returns to the street wielding the knife over his head.
I'm Tommy the Creator, motherfuckers. You need to wake the fuck up right now. Wake the fuck up.
2 police officers appear on the scene, guns trained on Tommy.
Put down your weapon, sir. Put down your weapon.
I am Tommy the Creator. All the fucking pigs need to die.
This is your last warning. Put down your...
Officer Molina fires 2 shots at point-blank range into Tommy's torso. Tommy recoils, turning 180 degrees away from the officers, and collapses face down into the street, still gripping the knife in his hand. Vincent and Nikki enter, observing the scene at a distance.
No, that ain't right. That's not how it happened.
So I take it you're filling in for somebody too?
Yes, didn't they tell you?
Did we do something wrong?
No, you're fine. Just keep going.
Back it up.
The 2 officers move backward off the stage, and Tommy returns to his original position.
I am Tommy the Creator.
See, he never said that.
I am Tommy the Creator. What is that shit? Like Tyler the Creator?
He did listen to that shit a lot.
And Earl Sweatshirt and all the odd future shit.
True, but nah, he never said that. Doesn't sound like him.
What did he say then?
Witnesses say they heard him yell, "I'm Tommy the Renter."
Tommy the Renter? What the fuck is that?
You know how Tommy was always complaining about his landlord?
Yeah, all the fucking time.
Like how he'd keep raising the rent with 0 warning, even though he refused to perform even the most basic ass maintenance?
Yeah, I remember now. Seemed like a real piece of shit. Remember when they used to call him Little Drummer Boy?
Even though he didn't play drums?
Yeah, what was that shit?
Tommy Lee, the dude from Motley Crue.
The band?
Yeah. You ever see the fucking cock on that guy?
Like in the video with that one chick.
Dude has a giant fucking cock. He was steering a boat with that shit. Run it back.
Tommy rewinds to his original position.
I am Tommy the Renter. I am Tommy the Renter. You gotta wake the fuck up, people. Your absentee landlord is exploiting you.
Tommy walks up the doorstep of the house and begins hacking at the doorframe with a knife.
Wake the fuck up. Tommy the Renter is here. I am Tommy the Renter.
Hold up. That's not right either. Tommy never owned a knife. Dude wouldn't hurt a fly.
Yeah, motherfucker's never been in a fight in his life, and all he did was hang out in the library and play Yu-Gi-Oh! And shit.
Vincent approaches the frozen Tommy and takes the knife from his hand. He replaces it with a pen that he retrieves from Tommy's pocket.
There, that's better.
A pen?
You know, the pen is mightier than the knife.
You're fucking crazy. He was always writing, that guy. Yeah, so it kind of makes sense.
Vincent and Nikki back away. Tommy commences to hack away at the doorframe with a pen.
You hear about the independent investigation after he died? They uncovered a ton of shit. Shit that the cops missed or ignored on purpose. They didn't find evidence of any markings on the door. They said there was no proof that a knife was involved at all, or a pen either.
Yeah, man. How the fuck you do that much damage with a ballpoint pen?
Turns out you don't.
The officers enter as before.
Put down your weapon, sir. Sir, put down your weapon.
I am Tommy the renter. All the fucking pigs need to die.
Put down your weapon.
Officer Molina fires 2 shots at point-blank range into Tommy's torso. Tommy recoils, turning 180 degrees away from the officers, and collapses face down into the street, still gripping the pen in his hand.
What the fuck did you just do?
You saw him. He was coming at us.
Man, we are so fucked.
Officer Owens approaches Tommy's prone body and kicks the pen away from his hand in frustration. It travels 20.7 feet.
God damn it.
Don't make no sense. How do you shoot someone when all he's got is a pen?
No, right? See the angle on those shots? There's no fucking way the bullets entered from the front.
What do you mean?
I mean, they didn't shoot Tommy in the chest. They shot him in the back.
The fuck?
That second shot is what they call a shored exit wound.
I sure don't know what the fuck that means.
It happens when the skin is backed by a hard surface, like a wall or a floor or some shit.
So they shot Tommy when he was already on the ground?
That's exactly what they did. And it's even more fucked up.
Vincent reaches into his jeans pocket and pulls out a damaged copper bullet.
This is the first bullet they used to shoot Tommy. They call these frayed pieces sticking out the petals. See how they're curled underneath like this? That means it hit the concrete after it entered Tommy's body. This is what it looked like when it went into evidence.
Vincent pulls a second bullet out of his pocket.
And this is what it looked like when it came out of evidence.
Same bullet. It don't look the same.
That's the thing. Someone took some fucking pliers and pulled the petals out like this.
Why the fuck would they do that?
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to hide the fact that the bullet hit the concrete after they shot him. That they shot Tommy when he was already on the fucking ground.
It's so fucking weird. I was just thinking the other day about how Tommy was always helping his grandma in the garden. I think they just planted some flowers in the morning he got shot, but those aren't the type of petals he was talking about.
The actors unfreeze, rewinding to the point where the officers first arrive on the scene. Tommy rounds the corner with the pen held over his head.
I am Tommy the renter.
Back up, motherfucker. Back up.
We'll shoot you, bitch. I swear to God.
Oh, shit. Don't hurt me. I'm just a renter.
Tommy abruptly turns away but stumbles mid-turn. Officer Molina fires 1 shot into his back as he falls to the ground face down. Molina then slowly approaches the prone body, firing a second shot into his back.
What the fuck did you just do?
You saw him. He was coming at us.
Man, we are so fucked.
Officer Owens approaches Tommy's prone body and kicks the pen away from his hand in frustration. It travels 20.7 feet.
God damn it.
You see how far that pen went?
Yeah, what the fuck? The fat fuck punter at high school or something?
There's no way the pen would go that far. It's physically impossible. In the photo taken by PD, the pen was here, 20.7 feet away from Tommy. But this deputy motherfucker claimed it was only 8 feet away from Tommy. The investigators tried to recreate it, but even in ideal conditions, the farthest kick only averaged 8.5 feet. So you're right. Dude must be a fucking punter or something. But there's another thing.
Vincent walks over to the pen and picks it up. He hands it to Nikki.
This ain't Tommy's pen. Dude only used Uniball Jetstream. He swore by that shit. He said he couldn't write with anything else.
So this pen, I wonder where it could have come from.
Vincent walks over to Molina, still frozen in action, and reaches into his breast pocket, pulling out another pen.
They're the same.
Tommy and the officers rewind again to the point where Tommy is approaching the cops.
I am Tommy the renter.
Back up, motherfucker. Back up.
We'll shoot you, bitch. I swear to God.
Oh, shit. Please don't shoot. I've had a real bad day. I don't feel so good. I'm sorry. I'm just a renter.
Tommy abruptly turns away but stumbles mid-turn. Molina fires one shot into his back as he falls to the ground face down. Molina then slowly approaches the prone body, firing a second shot into his back.
What the fuck did you just do?
You saw him. He was coming at us.
Man, we are so fucked.
Owens approaches Tommy's prone body, stepping over it.
God damn it.
Owens puts his hand in his pants pocket as he pulls out a pack of cigarettes. A pen falls from his pocket, landing 20.7 feet from Tommy's body.
So that was the fucking cop's pen. But what about Tommy's?
There was no pen. It doesn't exist. Witnesses said they never saw anything in Tommy's hands. No knife, no pen.
And they fucking shot him anyway. You saw him. Dude was going through a crisis.
Sure, but they don't know that.
And that's the problem, right? Even if they did know, why the fuck would they care? They don't know he got evicted, lost his fucking health insurance same damn week, how he hit a writer's block with his poetry.
Yeah, because they don't live here.
Nikki approaches Owens and shoves him in the shoulder.
You lying piece of shit.
Nikki slaps the pack of cigarettes out of Owens' hand.
Fucking evil motherfucker.
Nikki walks over to the pen and picks it up, throwing it into Owens' face.
Fuck you, bitch. Tommy was just a renter.
Suddenly, the two officers come to life. Molina notices Nikki and retrains his gun on him. Owens jumps back in alarm and pulls his own gun out, waving it between Nikki and Vincent.
Freeze. King County Sheriff, you're under arrest. Tampering with evidence.
This is a crime scene. Put down your weapons.
We ain't got no weapons.
Resisting arrest. I'll count to 3. I shit you not. 1, 2.
Let's go.
Vincent and Nikki dash off stage. The two officers open fire after them into the darkness.
Tommy Lee was killed by police on June 13th, 2017. This is how it happened. End of play.
You're alive.
How do you feel?
Fucked up.
Yeah, no shit.
I need to ask, why are we all being played by white women?
Seems like they were the only actors available.
Better that it's performed by white people than not at all, right?
Yeah, maybe. Do you think I'd still be alive if I were a white woman?
What do you think?
Sure don't hear much about police shootings of white ladies.
They'd probably just offer to drive you home.
Which is problematic in its own way.
True.
But I'd be alive, at least.
Just like you are now.
We all know why that is.
You want to grab coffee or something?
Nah, I'm beat. I need to crash out.
I feel you. Rehearsal same time tomorrow?
I'll let you know.
I bet you're curious why they're slapping fake blood and guts all over each other in the middle of a hurricane? Like a Category 5 storm isn't enough. There's zombies up in this motherfucker.
We apologize for interrupting. We've been asked to remind y'all to avoid the individuals you might be seeing out there on the streets. When the storm passes, it'll be pretty hot. We'd ask you to please not approach these individuals. They mostly keep to themselves, of course, and remember, they aren't contagious. They won't engage with you. Just leave them be and someone will be around to gather them up. Thanks for your time during this difficult time.
The living room of Mary J's house in a small little town somewhere. Willow enters the living room of her childhood home. Relatives mill about in black. She finds her ma, Mary J.
Hi, Ma.
Willow, sweetheart, I'm so glad you're here.
Of course, Ma. I wouldn't miss this.
I'm so sorry you had to take off work. I know you've been really busy lately.
Oh no, don't worry about that. Work is great. Yeah, really super great.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I mean, except for all this.
Okay, well, it sounds like something's wrong. Did something happen at work?
No. Everything's just amazing at work. Anyway, Ma, stop talking about me. Today's about you and how are you holding up?
Oh, it's hard with him gone, but we had to do it.
I know. He was 32.
Just suffering so much at the end.
I know, Ma.
I had to hand feed him, and he was blind and deaf, and he had bald patches everywhere.
Oh, Ma, I'm really sorry I wasn't here with you. What can I do?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe just tell everyone to leave so I can be alone.
Okay, I can do that.
No, don't. They'll just... Oh, I don't want to make a fuss. But maybe you could ask old Jimmy to stop drinking all of my liquor? And Mary Katrine is just so loud. Maybe you could get her to stop singing at the top of her lungs. This is a funeral, not a Never mind. I don't even know why everyone's here.
They love you, Ma. Family.
Yeah, but this is ridiculous. They didn't care about Pretzel.
But they care about you.
No, they care about free booze.
Well, then I care about you. And Pretzel. I really love that stupid little guy.
I know, sweetheart. I wish you could have been here with me with him, but at the end.
I do too, but I couldn't get away.
Because of that interview, right? On the morning show, how did it go? I'm sorry I didn't watch it, but I had to plan all of this.
Oh gosh, don't worry about that. The interview was fine. Anyway, let's change the subject.
Did something happen?
No.
Willow?
I just... we're at a funeral. Happy thoughts.
Willow Marie, you will tell me right now what is going on.
Ma, today is about you and about Pretzel, not about me. We can talk about work later.
How are my girls doing?
Hi, Mary Katrine.
Oh, Mary J. Oh, when I heard the news, I can't even imagine how you feel.
I'm doing okay.
Oh, no, you're not. How could you be? Oh, and Willow, look at you, here to support your mother. That's nice.
Of course, I wouldn't miss this.
It is a little weird, though. I mean, all this? How old was he?
32.
Oh, my. Oh, that is very old.
Yeah, we were lucky.
Oh, so you had a lot of time to get ready.
What does that mean?
For the end. You knew it was going to come someday, didn't you?
Mary Katrine.
Well, I just mean, you know.
No, I don't know. What are you trying to say?
Oh, well, never mind. I can see you're very sensitive right now. Anyway, hi, Willow. I see you're home, for once.
I'm gonna go get a drink. Excuse me.
Your mother was always very sensitive, even as a kid.
I mean, she just lost Pretzel.
But is that really, a reason for all this?
He was important to her, to us. After Dad died, Pretzel became everything to us.
Well, we're your family, dear. Look around at all of us who showed up today. This is what family looks like.
I know. Thank you for coming.
32 years. Wasn't there like a thing about that in the paper or something?
Yeah, when Pretzel turned 25, they took his picture with the mayor, and then when he turned 30, my office won a big grant. I won a huge award. It was all in the papers, and it was a huge breakthrough for us, a really big deal.
Well, that's all very nice. I guess the mayor cared.
Yeah, the mayor cared, but also like the entire scientific community.
Interesting. Oh, goodness. Look who's coming over here.
Who?
Oh, it's old Jimmy. Ah, the bastard. I still haven't forgiven him for what he said at the last funeral. Do you remember that? When Mary Charlotte was just freshly buried in the ground? Remember what old Jimmy said?
I don't think I was there.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Mary Charlotte was your grandmother.
No, Mary Phyllis is my grandmother. Mary Charlotte was like my great aunt or something.
No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, Jimmy took one look at Mary Charlotte's casket in the ground and said, and I quote, I sure could go for a fudge brownie sundae right about now. A fudge brownie sundae, I mean.
And you still haven't forgiven him?
No, I have not, thank you very much. And you can give him my regards.
Hey, Willow, that you?
Hi, old Jimmy. Yeah, it's me.
I haven't seen you since you were like, I can't remember. How old are you?
I am in my 20s.
Oh, ho, ho, look who's all grown up. Big time, right?
Big time?
I heard you are a star now. Big time. Fancy pants. Oh!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Mary Louise said she saw you on TV. On TV! I mean, our little Willow, the one who shit her pants at the family BBQ when she was 14? I mean, goddamn!
Okay, old Jimmy, I was 6 years old, not 14. And I don't know why everyone keeps telling this story.
TV! I mean, you're going to remember us little people when you get famous. Your family? We've been there for you, Willow. You better remember that, or else.
Or else what?
Also, Mary Louise said you only came home for this funeral here because you thought your ma was dying. Double funeral, that's what you thought.
No, I didn't. That's awful. Why would Mary Louise say that?
Because now that you're on the TV, you got no time for us. Just coming home when you thought your ma's dying for the inheritance money.
Okay, old Jimmy, please stop saying that. Ma isn't dying. I came home for Pretzel's funeral. Pretzel. And why are you here, anyway?
Well, that's a rude question, young lady. I thought you were all grown up. But now I see that Mary Louise was right. You're as stuck up as your ma.
My ma is the nicest person in the whole world. Why is Mary Louise saying these things?
There's always some truth in every lie.
I don't know what that means.
Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Being on TV does things to your head.
I wasn't even really on TV. I just did one interview.
Well, I don't watch it anyway. Don't even have one. You know about those nano lasers they have that come through the TV waves to read your mind?
No.
Oh, it's a whole thing. El Governmento's plan to create an army of bots. There's a whole generation out there walking around with nano lasers in their heads. If they can read your mind, they can control your whole body. And then you know what they'll do? You probably got some of those nano lasers in your head right now, knowing the way your ma raised you. But no, thank you, I say. I'm not giving my mind to El Governmento. They can't have this. This is mine!
All right. Well, it was real nice talking to you, old Jimmy. It's good to see you again. I've got to go find my ma.
Well, give her a kiss for me, huh?
Hey, Ma. How are you holding up?
This is exhausting.
Can we just ask everyone to leave?
He didn't even care about Pretzel. They didn't even know him. They're just here for the booze.
Yeah. Family.
Will you distract me? Just tell me what's going on with work, please.
Not now, Ma.
Willow, I am your mother. I want to know.
But it's so inappropriate. Not now. Not at Pretzel's funeral. Please, I can't do it.
Is this about Pretzel? Is that what you're saying?
Of course it's about Pretzel. He was my whole life.
Well, it's just a job, right?
No, Ma. I loved him. He was family. I loved him Much more than the work we did, I promise.
Well, then tell me what is going on at work. I mean it, Willow. This is my only wish at this funeral.
Wishes are for birthdays, but fine, fine. Okay. Here we go. Please don't kill me. So, the morning show asked me to come on, right? To talk about the article I wrote about Pretzel. And my PR person said I was supposed to stick to just what I wrote in the article, nothing else. But that morning, it was the morning... Ma, it was the morning Pretzel died. You had called me like 2 hours before I went on the air. I was a mess.
Oh, honey, I didn't realize. Oh.
No, it's okay. It's not your fault. But I was really upset. I mean, I know he was 32, but I didn't expect an... Anyway, by the time the interview started, I was just a disaster. I kept fighting back tears. I couldn't concentrate. The lights are so bright on those TV shows. I had all this makeup on. Everyone was looking at me. And then, well, the interviewer went off script. And she asked me something that wasn't in my article.
What?
She asked, why cats?
What does that mean?
Exactly. What does that mean? Why cats? I don't know. I just froze up.
Oh, honey.
I mean, I've spent my whole life researching cats, their psychology, their behaviors, their mortality, my whole life. And then I write one article, one blasted article about Pretzel, about the work I was doing with him, and how my team and I had isolated that one stupid gene that extended his life by at least 10 years, and then it goes viral. They want to interview me. I'm the most famous cat researcher on the goddamn planet, and then he dies. Dies! Literally hours before the interview. It was just too much. You know what I told her when she asked me why cats? You know what I said on live TV in response to that question? I said, because cats mind their own business.
Oh, Willow.
Yeah. Brutal. I don't know why I said it, because then it got worse. She just smiled at me and said, tell me more about that. And I smiled back at her and said, well, all the years I've been working with cats, I've never once had them ask me about myself. They don't care if you're sad or hungry or you've had a bad day or you're dating someone new or your dad died when you were 6 years old and left you and your mom all alone to fend for yourselves. They just crawl into your lap and purr. Or they walk away and ignore you. But either way, they're minding their own damned business. And then she said, I'm sorry your father died when you were so young. And I said, fuck you. Interview's over. And I took off my mic and walked off the TV set.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, so now my manager wants to meet with me on Monday, and the TV show sent my PR person a strongly worded email about breaking our contract, and I'm pretty sure my research grant has been pulled.
All because you walked off the interview? You were in shock?
Well, that and my subject died.
Oh, Willow.
I know, Ma. It's terrible. I thought Pretzel would live at least another 10 years. At least that's what our research was telling us, but now, well, now it's all over.
Don't blame Pretzel for losing your job.
I shouldn't have staked my whole career on one cat. I'll find another one. It's okay. It'll be okay. The research will continue.
He was more than a subject, Willow. He was our family.
I know, Ma. I'm sorry. I loved him as much as you did. You know, right, Ma?
Girls, Tell this old drunk to leave me alone. I said I don't want to talk to him, but his vodka brain doesn't seem to get it.
Oh, come on, Mary Berry. We haven't seen each other for 20 years.
I am not whoever you think I am, you old goat.
I'm gonna go lie down.
Ma, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Do you want me to come with you?
No, stay here. Make sure they don't steal the silverware.
You and your ma have a fight?
No.
Seems like it. Maybe she saw your TV interview.
Not now, old Jimmy.
This funeral's kind of dying out. You girls have music you could put on, liven it up in here?
No, Mary Katrine. It's a funeral, not a party.
This is a funeral?
Mary J's cat died. Didn't you hear that?
It did? When? But didn't her husband already die? Oh, terrible luck, this family.
Oh, terrible luck.
I think it's time for you two to leave. Actually, it's time for everybody to leave. Time to go! The party's over!
Well, that is rude. Will and Marie, I haven't been so offended since old Jimmy here asked for a brownie fudge sundae at Mary Charlotte's funeral.
Mary Charlotte? She's dead? Since when? Hey, Mary Louise, did you know Mary Charlotte died?
It's not even worth being mad at him anymore.
I think it's time to go now, Mary Katrine. Ma and I would like to be alone.
You're just like him, you know?
Old Jimmy?
No, your father. He was a good man. Always cared about your mother.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice to say.
Your cat was an asshole, though.
Okay, time to go.
She ushers Mary Katrine out, then looks around the empty room.
I'm sorry, Pretzel. I am so sorry. I put you through all of that. You deserved a good life, but maybe not quite so long of one. You were a really good subject. And family.
It was a gloomy Seattle evening when the former Mrs. Maxwell stepped into my office. She described herself as a widow of sorts, but I'm not sure it qualifies when it was your ex-husband that had been murdered, and everyone knew that you were the culprit. I knew immediately I shouldn't take the case, but it's difficult to say no to Mrs. Maxwell and her deep blue eyes, even knowing the murderous intent behind them. It was simple, really. She was confident. Confident that she could get away with a crime that the whole city knew she was guilty of. But it's hard to be the darling of Seattle when everyone knows you poisoned a man to cash in on his life insurance claim. However, if she hired me, the city's most infamous PI, and I couldn't crack the case, then she would be exonerated in the court of public opinion. I didn't intend to let that happen. I was going to beat her at her own game. It was going to take a lot to get the jury to convict the charismatic Mrs. Maxwell. A single piece of evidence wouldn't do it. I needed a myriad of corroboration, a display of authentic misdoings. I didn't just need proof, I needed proofs.
The stage is a triptych. On the right, the arborist of Seattle listens to voicemails in her stark minimalist apartment. On the left, Joe packs bags and boxes in the apartment she shares with Gail. Between the two apartments is Bell Street, the sidewalk and the tree hole, an empty ground-level planter where a tree should be. There are 3 tree holes along this side of Bell Street, but no living trees. On the other side of Bell Street, all the tree holes are filled with thin but happy evergreens. The most important empty tree hole is positioned right outside of Gail and Joe's apartment. There is a large crow lying dead beside the tree hole. Before it died, the crow lived somewhere near Gail and Joe's apartment. For months, it waited for Gail to leave the apartment so that it could crow and heckle him. Joe and Gail never figured out why the crow marked Gail its enemy. Probably the way Gail hollered and waved his hands whenever any of the neighbor crows got near his old sedan. But because of the swooping, cawing surprise that greeted Gail every time he left the house, Joe named the enemy crow Kitten Witten, or K-Dub for short. After many attempts, Gail and Joe finally got the arborist of Seattle to meet them at the tree hole. While the three of them stood examining the tree hole, K-Dub not only noticed Gail, swooped and cawed, but also fell from the sky dead. The tree hole has a cement bottom and is filled with gravel. K-Dub has been dead for 3 days. Lights up in Joe and Gail's apartment on the right side of the stage. Joe lines up her plants and packs her things into boxes. Gail enters and walks past Joe and her plants to peer out the windows.
That dang bird is still rotting right next to the tree hole.
Lights up on arborist's apartment on the left side of the stage. She listens to a litany of voicemails from Gail.
August 3rd, 12:48 p.m. Beep.
Hello, Mrs. Arborist. I didn't like the way that ended the other day. Didn't like it at all. Well, I hope you understand. I have a vision. It's a real good vision as well. This tree, it brings shade, animals, life. Those tiny trees just won't work. Now, I create a call back as soon as possible.
We should probably call someone.
August 3rd, 12:59 p.m. Beep.
Hello, ma'am. I forgot to mention the benefit to the crime in this neighborhood. I see people selling drugs and all the time here. Joe and I, we find condoms and needles. You know how much a nice tree can affect that? Well, you're an arborist, so you know. Well, I'm sorry to call twice, but I just wanted to mention that to keep that in the front of your mind. Oh, this is Gail, again, by the way, from First and Bell.
Joe whistles to herself while she packs. Gail continues to look out the window, even though nothing has changed.
If that hole wasn't full of gravel, we could bury K-Dub in the tree hole.
If it wasn't full of gravel, it would be full of tree.
August 3rd, 4:08 p.m. Beep.
Hello again. I just wanted to call back before the end of your workday in case you intended to return my call. Well, I know you're a very busy woman or a busy person or arborist, of course. Well, anyway, this is Gail from First and Bell. Call me back when you get a chance.
Jeez.
Maybe I'll go buy a shovel. We could just plant them in the pea patch down the way.
August 4th, 10:17 a.m. Beep.
Yeah, so this is Gail from First and Bell, just calling to check back in again. I'd like an update on the tree situation. We're feeling a little put off, I'll tell you, a little bit put off by the wait. We'd like a timetable. We'd like to know when exactly the new tree will be placed in the unsightly hole outside our house. We'd like to know what the plan is, what to expect.
Gail seems to notice his apartment for the first time since he came home. Joe continues to pack.
Is there something wrong with the plants?
The arborist dials Sam. Sam enters from his office.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Joe, is there something wrong with the plants?
Afternoon. Hey, I was hoping to meet you at the plot on First and Bell. The residents there seem pretty anxious.
I thought we were abandoning that project.
Honey, what's happening with our little friends?
I don't think trying to abandon will change anything. Best way out is through.
Why?
Honey!
I just received 4 voicemails from the husband.
Gail gets bored and sits back checking his phone. Joe continues to pack around him.
Ah, so we've got a Fauntleroy and Springtime situation.
Very similar.
Oh, what a pain.
Honey, what are you up to? You're so busy.
To be fair, a lot of dogs got sick that spring. A few died.
Oh, but my God, the volume of emails. How fast can you be at the site?
A few minutes.
The arborist grabs her keys and exits. Megan enters the street, walking toward the tree hole. She carries a stick of sage, a plastic grocery bag of other materials, and a lighter.
Honey? What's all this? Can you hear me? This is so odd. Do you have a fever? Is your mother okay?
Okay, cut. Stop. My mother's fine. You're fine. I don't want to live here anymore.
Megan chants loudly, waving her sage around. She walks in circles around K-Dub, dancing a little. Gail closes the window without noticing Megan.
Did you find a new place?
Yes.
Wow. We've lived here for so many years. I don't think you can match the rent. I think I got her number, you know. I think we'll be able to get that dang tree by the end of the year.
It's not about the tree.
Okay. Okay, no, all right. I think I can come around to that. I should give that arborist a call, though, just so she knows there's a change of plans.
Gail, don't call the arborist.
But she ought to know.
You probably still want to work on the tree thing. Okay?
For the next tenants?
No, babe. For you, you're still going to want the tree. Sit down.
They sit on the couch. Megan drops flower petals on K-Dub and exits. Sam and the arborist arrive at the tree hole. Sam kicks at K-Dub. Feathers fall off. Sam and the arborist stare at the bird for a while.
That guy died a week ago. The wife named it K-Dub.
Removal has terrible staffing lately.
Okay.
I met someone.
What?
Sam points a clipboard at the empty tree holes.
Which one is causing all the fuss?
What the word?
The arborist stands beside the correct tree hole.
Gravel a couple feet down, then concrete.
No, not a man, Gail. I met someone you were with, a woman. Her name was Megan. She was sitting out there by K-Dub when I went out there to burn the Palo Santo the other day. She was totally distracting. I should probably go back out there before they remove him. Anyway, she said she thought she was your girlfriend. Then she found out about me, and she broke it off with you.
Do we need the space for soil?
We really do.
We'll have to hammer it out, like everything else in this damn city.
Sam writes on the clipboard.
I'll inform the residents. They'll be thrilled.
And have someone take care of the dead bird, too.
And right after I found out about your Megan, I thought, well, what does it matter? It's over now. The world has too much loss as it is, and if I stand outside the situation, well, you just lost someone. I didn't think I'd even bring it up to you, but there was this moment with Megan. We were sitting together on the sidewalk out there with K-Dub and the tree hole. She wasn't particularly nice, but she understood something that I also understood, something about being on the same side. I liked that. I realized that I didn't feel that with you. We aren't on the same side. I still wondered if I could, the thought of you sleeping with her when I actually thought about it, when I actually, imagined it, I didn't feel anything. Well, I was surprised. I thought, this could work, since it doesn't bother me much. But then I imagined all of the lying and the sneaking it took for you to manage these two separate lives, all of the days you forgot our plans and showed up late, and the times you felt distant to me but said it was nothing, and also my sex drive just is way higher than yours. It's a the age difference. You know, it's biological. You say you want it, but you don't. I know that you didn't sleep with her because of the sex or because you were lonely.
I'm not lonely. I'm not.
The arborist knocks on the door.
Sir, Mr. Gale, I have great news.
I haven't figured out the reason yet why you did it. It's something you should have figured out maybe decades ago, and that's why I'm leaving. It is not my job to look for whatever it is in you that needs to be soothed and soothe it for you.
The arborist knocks again.
But Joe...
The arborist knocks again.
1 minute, Miss Arborist. Joe, I'm not lonely.
Oh, I know, because there's this constant hammering.
I'm not lonely. I'm not. And you've got all the plants set up in a line, out of order, incorrect. How am I supposed to read the name?
Just gonna leave a note out here.
Battle after battle, your boss, your co-workers, the trash guys, the tow truck people out back, my mother, your mother, the arborist. Of course, I was next. It's like you mapped it out. Like if you can set all the little traps for everyone around you, when you lose them, you're still hammering.
It's good news, just so you know. Better than expected.
And hammering is the only thing that really belongs to you.